Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to Critical Beauty and Happy New Year 2025. My first interviewee of the year is none other than Margarita Moffett. She was a former Miss Aura USA 2021, and she is currently in the Philippines exploring the pageant culture in the country. If you have any questions for Margarita, please feel free to write them down in the chat box below, and I'll be more than happy to read them back to her and also ask her to comment on your questions. So let's welcome her to the chat room. Hey.
Hi,
Hello, darling. How are you?
I'm good. My makeup artist Lance is just leaving
Hi. How are you?
10 a.m.
I
here
know
in
it's
the Philippines.
is it too early for you? Oh, you're frozen. Ah,
Okay, he's leaving.
Hello.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Oh,
you're frozen,
what
darling.
about
Yeah, you're still frozen.
no? I can't see. What about me? Can you see me? I can see myself.
Okay, I can see you now, but you're
Okay,
okay. It's on enough. Okay, much better. Much better. Could you
perfect.
could you lower the camera because I see the ceiling. I see a lot of the ceiling.
Oh,
You can
I
adjust.
wanted you to see Lance. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. He's cute.
Thank you. He's cute. Yes, he is cute. And he's so kind. And he has this beautiful tattoo on the side of flowers, of like daisies and a lotus and a sunflower. I thought that was so sweet.
Aw, that's so cute. Now, you arrived in the Philippines, what, a few days ago or something?
3 days ago now.
3 days ago. Okay. And
Yeah.
is this your first time?
This is my first time, yeah.
Okay. And what is your first impression so far?
So far, so I went to Manila, but I didn't leave the airport because I went directly to General Santos,
Okay.
Jensen. And this is such a small community of really die-hard. The culture is pageantry. And so my first impression is that people are already very positive about the community things. Like the first night we went to a community event, the second night we went to a community event, and tonight we're going to a street festival. So it reminds me of my Latin roots, a lot of it. Like I'm Venezuelan, as you know, and it does remind me like the warm tropical family community vibes.
Hmm. That's wonderful. I didn't realize you're Venezuelan.
Yeah, my mom is from Venezuela.
Okay, okay. So do you speak Spanish?
Yeah, yeah,
Wonderful.
yes. Do you speak Spanish?
Yo hablo español, mi amor.
Me
Un beso.
encanta.
Un
It is
abrazo.
it is the Philippines.
I was born in the Philippines, but I grew up in California, and I've been living here
Okay.
most of my life. Yeah, yeah. But
Oh,
I learned Spanish when I was in high school. I love learning languages. I majored in French. I speak French as well,
oh,
and
that's
yeah.
cool.
So I lived in France for years. So yeah, I love learning
Oh,
languages. Yeah,
that's really cool. I would
yeah.
love to be able to speak French. My dad and my sister speak French. My dad's a linguist, actually. I should speak more languages.
Well,
But
you never know. I mean, you're gonna be there for a month, correct? So
you're right.
you're gonna pick up some Filipino phrases. Yeah.
Salamat.
Salamat. Yeah. Mabuhay.
Mabuhay.
Yeah.
I love
Maganda.
it.
Do you know the word?
What's that one?
It means
What's that?
beautiful. Maganda.
Can you
So
say it again?
maganda.
Maganda.
So if I want to say you're beautiful, it would be maganda ka. Maganda ka. You're beautiful.
Maganda ka.
Yes.
Maganda ka.
There you go.
Does it work for men too? So I can
It's,
say to
it's
you, maganda ka,
maganda. Or actually, it's guapo ka. Pogi.
guapo, the
Guapo. It's the same as
Spanish
Spanish.
word.
Yeah, guapo. And also pogi, which is like slang for handsome, pogi. But usually,
Pogi?
yeah, pogi or guapo. Yeah. So yeah,
What's
you're picking up a lot of like new language, new Tagalog phrases. That's great.
Yes, I have to because my dad, every time I go to a different country, he will speak to me in the language. So we have yet to actually have a conversation with the words that he picked for the Tagalog language. But so I'll say to him, Maganda ka.
Maganda ka? Uh-huh.
My dad is beautiful. Maybe I'll say that to my mom actually. Okay,
Well,
anyways.
you can say it to your mother
Yes.
and also to your father with guapo ka. Yeah, that's great.
Guapo ka. My dad
Yeah.
is guapo ka.
So
He's
I'm
Scottish actually. Okay.
so I'm finally glad that we were able to reconnect because you remember like for three,
Yeah.
4 years ago, we were gonna do a chat where we were having some technical issues and whatnot. So we had to cancel
Mhm.
that. And then when I wanted to interview the first time, you were Miss Aura USA 2021,
Mhm.
right? And then you competed in Turkey.
Mhm.
How was that experience like?
Oh, I loved it so much. I got a tattoo when I left of
What- Oh, let me see it. What kind of tattoo is it? What does it say? I can't read it.
it says life is a stage.
Life is a stage. Okay.
Yes. And at the pageant in Turkey, I wrote that on my neck because I was dancing on the stage with so many incredibly nice women from around the world, which I thought was a blessing in and of itself. And on the stage, on the top, it said, Life is a stage. And in the front was a mountain, a beautiful, huge mountain. And behind me was the ocean, I think the Mediterranean Ocean.
Yes. Mhm.
And dancing with those girls and having that vision, I never wanted to forget that because I really felt like I was living. And so I tattooed it on my neck in Turkey.
That's it's in English, correct? The
Yeah,
inscription is in English. Okay. Well, it is true that life is a stage because we all play different roles, different parts, you know.
I love that perspective. People
Yeah.
always have a different opinion about that, but whenever people say that one, I really like it.
Yes. Good, 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 good. Now, how did you get interested in pageants? Was Miss Aura your first pageant ever?
No, it was Miss Miami
Miss
Dade
Ooh.
USA 20, I don't remember the year. And that also give up my age.
So that was a preliminary to the Miss USA system, correct?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
that was really fun. That was whenever I was doing Miss Florida USA, those were totally different experience than the international pageants that I had on so many different facets. It was so different.
Mhm.
But definitely both are necessary.
How did you do in that pageant?
In that pageant, I didn't place in Miss Florida USA. I didn't place. I did get something like Miss. I got another princess crown that was something like Miss Congeniality or Miss Friendly, something like that.
Miss Friendship, Miss Congeniality, Miss Amity, one of those like special award for
Yeah,
those.
yeah. I was really friendly, but let me tell you, I wasn't pageant ready. I didn't have all the training that I've learned now. Nowadays, like I've just like Lance was here and we were talking about like, because his life is a lot of pageantry, right? And at that time when I was doing Florida USA, I didn't have as much access to the professional help in the pageant world as I knew there was. And it took me time of going to events, of meeting new friends in the pageant network to learn the gravity of the sport that we're dealing with, which I am so happy that I did end up diving deeper into the pageant world after that.
Yeah. It is when you think of pageantry, it is actually a kind of sports because,
Yes,
it's a competition, obviously.
yes,
There
yes.
could only be one winner. And but I think there's
You
also
practice.
it happens, but I think what makes a pageant even more exciting to watch is that when you know that basically every contestant is very strong. Like for example, this year's Miss Universe, it was a very strong competition. There were a lot of strong, beautiful girls and whatnot. You know,
Yes.
you were in Mexico. I was in Mexico.
Yeah,
We
you
missed,
were.
yeah, we missed each other. I was vlogging for my
Oh,
channel. If I had
Yeah.
known, I would have
Oh,
like
of course we should have met up.
seen you in person.
Of course we should have met up. It should have happened. It should have happened. But those 3 days or that week went by so fast that I was trying to meet everyone,
Yeah,
but it's like it's a never, and then so much glam time
yeah,
and what
of
have you.
course.
So that's so
It's
nice
funny
that you
because
were there.
yeah, I was there for like 6 days, and then I left like 2 days after the competition. And when I was scrolling your Instagram, I saw that you went to the coronation party at the hotel, at the lobby
Yeah.
hotel, and you had pictures taken with Raul, with Anne, and also with our common friend Pawee of Missosology.
Yes, I love Pawee, and you love Pawee too.
Well, Pau and I have been online friends for almost 20 years. That was the first time we actually met each other in person. The first time. Yeah. So
How was it?
I was so very
Him?
happy. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if I hadn't been too tired, I would have gone to the party, but I was just too tired, vlogging and
Yeah.
I'd be taking the Uber ride or whatever. It was like horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was fun. The whole
I
experience.
remember that. I
Yeah.
got like a different form of tired. I was so tired, I passed being tired, and it was like a new form of tiredness, but it was so exciting that you just kept on going.
Who were you rooting for?
Who was I rooting
Who were your
for?
favorites?
Chelsea. I really loved Chelsea. Honestly, there's so many different opinions about her, but I think the grace that she brought to the stage is something that I identify in myself. It's
Okay.
like a quieter grace, and I thought that that was a really beautiful thing that she got to be on stage
Mhm.
and be her best.
Right.
You know, what about you?
I have a lot of favorites. Actually, Denmark was my favorite from the very beginning.
Her stage presence was beyond. It was
Yes.
beyond. I felt it in the crowd. It was like, oh,
I mean, if you want to talk about, a pageant girl that turns heads every time she enters a room, that's Denmark. I mean,
yeah,
I haven't seen her in low energy. She was always bubbly, always waving to her fans, to the crowd and whatnot.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then, I mean, not only that, but she's blonde. Blondes are very popular in Latin America.
You're
and,
right. That is
and,
true.
yeah, and she was a standout, from day one. I actually also like, let me see, Russia. To me was a big surprise,
She's so beautiful.
and she's only
So
18.
beautiful. Oh my God. You could tell. You could tell her face was so angelic.
Very angelic, yes, very
Yeah.
very useful. I also like, a lot of people don't like her, even the Mexicans, but I love Mexico. I love
Hmm. Hmm.
people were
She
criticizing.
looks very Mexican.
Well, they were very critical about her face because when she was crowned Miss Universe Mexico, she looked very natural. But when she competed in Miss Universe, all of a sudden her face sort of like changed drastically. I mean, she had some work done on her face, which is
Oh,
fine. But I thought she
yeah.
was incredible. I thought she was
Yeah.
amazing. You know,
Growing, I mean, after the crown, I'm sure when she received it, there was a lot of like power feeling, and you want to be your best and and keep on excelling.
right.
And so you change and you evolve, and
Mhm.
that's really great for her to be able to evolve in her position.
Exactly. So we all evolved, I mean, do what you think is best for you. Is all about boosting.
Yeah, it's a journey.
It's a journey. It's also about boosting your
Yeah,
self-esteem. You learn
yeah,
along the way. So that's why I encourage every young girl, every young woman out there to join pageants. Okay.
yeah.
It's not
Oh,
about
yeah.
it's not about winning. It's all about learning. It's a learning process.
It
So
is. You're right. And it's about going within because I was thinking about this morning. I was a little nervous to talk to you. And I
why?
was thinking, I don't know, you like I think that you're great and I love to watch what you do. And so now I'm suddenly with you. And so that does tend to, for like a shyer girl like me, it makes me a little whoop. And I was thinking, and part of my pageant journey, before we get off topic, was but this is for the young girls. Pageantry is not about trying to push yourself to be a box, like a cutout box girl. You're not trying to race to be this stereotypical thing. The only real race and the real conflict that is going on is inside. And as long as you can relax into who you truly are,
Right.
that is the journey, who
Exactly.
you really are. And that's a slow process, and you need to relax into it. And that's how a beauty queen for me can show up so casually queen, because she's not trying to get to some image. She's just relaxing in who she truly is. Like, and that's what the young girls need to see in pageantry. That it
Exactly.
is about you finding yourself, sweetie.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So if any young women out there, girls who want to enter pageantry, we're looking at an experienced, a pageant veteran, Margarita. Reach out to her, and I'm sure she'll be able to help you,
Oh
coach you,
yeah.
mentor you, you know.
Talk to you,
Yeah, talk to
inspire
her.
you. That's so sweet.
All right,
Both of
so
us.
we know about your pageant experience. Now, as a person, as Margarita, of course, I would imagine your family and your friends know you. If you were to ask, if they were to give three adjectives to describe you, what would that be? What would they be? Who
This
is
is
the
an
real
amazing.
Margarita? Three words,
It's such an easy question, but it's the hardest one in the world, because
right?
those three words are your whole journey of figuring out who you are into three words. And I am funny, friendly, and fabulous.
The
I just
three
thought of those.
F's,
I just changed that actually, because they're usually another thing, but I just wanted to say that because recently I realized that I am very fabulous since I was like this big, diva since I was this big. And I need to accept that and embrace it and stop trying to be more easy for people to get along with. I'm
right?
fabulous.
Well, hey, life is too short. You might as well, enjoy life. And part of enjoying life is being who you are. Exactly.
Yeah.
Friendly,
Yeah.
funny, and fabulous. Exactly.
Yeah.
Great. And of course, fashionable. I think you're also very fashionable.
Yes, yes, yes. I
Yes.
love fashion. I grew up in a hugely fashion family. Like my brothers and sisters, my mother's a jewelry designer. So we were always making things and sewing things, and my grandmother sews. So I love fashion.
So you come from a very creative and fashion conscious background. I actually like the photos in the background. Now,
Thank
yeah,
you.
where was this taken? I mean, you're leaning against a rock. Was this in the
Yes,
same location?
yes, those were in Miami Beach
Okay.
with an amazing Russian photographer, and those were posted in Glamour magazine,
Ooh,
spring 2024. So
that's,
just 6 months ago.
that's
And
amazing. That's
yeah,
amazing. And of course, the one on this one, I love this gown. I love this dress. This is
yeah, it is really
beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Very flowy. I loved that she had me kind of pick it up and dance it. It was so windy, let me tell you. Like the photos look very beautiful, but in reality, it was like the sea breeze and so
Yeah.
much makeup and hairspray, but they look beautiful.
Yeah. How long did the
And
whole photo shoot take?
oof,
How much
I think
time?
I had to be there,
Because
you
drag.
know, the whole process. Because it's like hair and makeup was like 8 to 11 or something, and
Okay.
then drive to the studio location. Part of that shoot, I was also, because I'm a certified yoga instructor, and I also did gymnastics my whole life, so I'm very acrobatic. So
You
and then I
yeah, you
also
you
do.
do have that acrobatic physique. You do.
I do, I
Yeah.
do, I do.
Hmm.
Uh, and so um, the first shoot was in a studio, and I was doing acrobatic moves. So like splits in the air, bends backward. I'll send you them after. They're actually like really cool. It's very retro.
Wait, so did you compete in gymnastics,
When I
sports?
was young, yeah, I
Okay.
did.
All right.
Yeah, and cheerleading too.
Cheerleading. Now, did you take any ballet courses, ballet lessons?
Yes.
You did.
You know what? I still take dance lessons every week, Tuesday and Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. I belly dance. And I've been doing that for 2 years solid.
Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah.
You know what? Belly dancing, salsa. Do you dance salsa? Yeah,
Yes, I grew up in my kitchen.
that's true. All that type of dancing is actually good if you want to prepare for the swimsuit walk, the
I
swimsuit
agree.
competition. Yeah, because
I
it's all about
agree.
it's all about the hips, you know. And for some reason, Latinas excel in swimsuit competition. Like when they do the runway wearing bikini, man,
Mm,
they're always
so
amazing.
good.
They're always so good. I think it's genetics.
Such a vision. And you're right with what you said, the dancing. I wish, and for anyone watching that is getting into pageantry or is doing pageantry currently, get yourself into a weekly dance class. Pick one that you like, but you should be dancing. Your hips need, I can tell when I haven't been to dance in 2 weeks or so, because the belly dance is a lot of hip and your hips are tighter. And
Mhm.
I know that as being a yoga instructor too, your hips get tight pretty quick. So preparing for a pageant, you should be dancing once a week.
I'm sure you've danced to Shakira's hit song "Hips Don't Lie."
Yes. And I actually am able to dance like that now. It's really cool. Belly dancing is such a fabulous style.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, okay, well, what do you like to do for fun?
Dancing. And that's part of like my kind of, you can see my arms are pretty strong
Oh,
and my
yeah. So you work
stomach.
out. Yeah, you're very
Yes,
fit. I like that
I
top, by the way. I like the
thank
top.
you.
It's like
It's
what
like
do
a business top.
yeah, it looks like a corset almost.
And I
Yeah.
paired it with some black
Display.
Norma Kamali pants.
Ooh, Norma
You
Kamali.
can't see. I
Awesome.
know I'm obsessed. That's why I said it, Norma Kamali. And this is just from Fashion Nova, actually. And my earrings are from Zara.
Those are fabulous. Those are amazing earrings. So you're very well coordinated. I can see. That's great. So
Yeah,
you
I
like
tried.
you like dancing. What else? Do you go out with
Um,
friends to go to a movie or
yes,
dinner and all that?
yes.
Yeah.
I love to go out with friends. I think that a woman having a good sense of community is at the core, like one of the most important things that we can do for our self care,
Hmm.
having a community. So, like twice a week, I try to spend quality time with girlfriends,
Hmm.
like where we're walking, going to a workout together, dancing together, going out to eat together, just a smoothie maybe, walking our dogs, like that female interaction, you know?
Yeah. It's just like Sex in the City for girls. Get to know each
Oh
other,
my
right?
God, that's my dream. I love that. Yeah, like Sex and the City.
So I think, well, in Sex and the City, I think you would be a combination of Samantha and Carrie.
I like that combination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I think
like
so.
Carrie. You know, I actually have naturally curly hair.
Oh, you
So,
do?
Carrie, I can pull off the Carrie. Yeah.
All right. All right, good. That's good. Now, of course, we all have our own definition of beauty, Margarita. What is your definition
Mhm.
of beauty? A typical pageant question.
Yes, it is. And it's constantly changing for me because before I evolved, I think that my sense of beauty was different than it is now. Now I think that beauty is something that comes from within. And I know that everyone can look at a woman and see her as a beautiful woman whenever she's radiating in her own self growth, like we were saying before. I know that as I grew inside and went through these journeys and seeing who I really am, after I did that, I got more beautiful. I wasn't putting on more makeup or changing, or maybe like my hair was radiating more because I feel like I'm radiating more. But whenever a woman that is truly beautiful is a woman that is deeply in touch with who she is and what she is here to do, her purpose, her passion.
Right.
She is energized within that. So
Mhm.
that's for me what beautiful is.
Yeah, in other words, being true to yourself.
Yes, that
Yeah,
would have been an easier answer.
yeah. So, wonderful. And I totally agree. I totally agree. Now, okay, fine. What do you tell people though who think the pageants degrade or objectify women? I mean, how would you approach these people?
I would tell them to, I would get a little, sometimes get a little sassy and defensive. I would say you need to educate yourself a little bit more on pageantry. Maybe that would be my sassy answer. And then my other answer would put it in terms, because a lot of the time it is not that they don't like pageants or think it's bad for women, it's that they don't know what pageants are.
Right.
They just think it's a bikini contest.
Mhm.
That is not necessarily their fault. So just educating them on how it is like a sport and just here, one of the pageants was in a gymnasium. And 3 weeks ago, I was watching my little brother's basketball game in a gymnasium. It really is a community sport, and it
Exactly.
really like just learn more about it. That's what I
Mhm.
would say.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. I see that you have a triple degree BA in political science, women and
Yes.
gender studies, and psychology. I mean, those are three
Yeah.
significant fields. What
Yeah.
prompted you to study those fields?
This is a really amazing question too. I grew up in a family that was really diverse. My grandparents were in the Peace Corps on one side, and
Yeah.
on the other side, they were in the military. But the Peace Corps side, they always traveled, and I grew up with a family who was always welcoming people to stay in the home, traveling, moving around is like a normal thing,
Mhm.
and so oh, I lost my train of thought. Can you ask the question again?
So your family volunteered with Peace Corps, which is an amazing you know, group, by the way. They do a lot of great things all over the world. Educate,
Yes, yes, yes.
teach children and
Oh,
underprivileged
politics.
backgrounds.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes. So I always wanted to be in the Peace Corps. And so I went to college to actually go to the Peace Corps after.
Okay.
And while I was in college, I started getting in United Nations, the Youth United Nations. And I heavily invested my college career after that in the United Nations. But I really liked psychology, and I have always had a knack for this like women empowerment thing.
Mhm.
So I tacked on those two, and so I just have 3 degrees, and it all turned out like this.
Would you ever consider running in a political office someday? Or at least being active with politics?
Um, yeah, that was my initial goal when I was graduating.
Mhm.
So I would consider it. I definitely wouldn't say no to it because, like I said, women in community is really important. It is.
Exactly. And of course, there's still so much inequality that exists between men and women,
Oh, yes. And yeah,
especially, yeah, especially in third world countries. And that needs to change too, right?
it does. Yes. And I come from a very unique household. I'll tell you really quick. I have 4 parents. Both of my
Or
parents
parents?
remarried.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
One, four. So I have a stepfather who is African American. My mother is an indigenous Venezuelan. My father is a Scottish cowboy, Texan American. And then my stepmother is an indigenous Peruvian, very traditional. And
Wow.
then my sister married her high school sweetheart. My other sister moved to Manhattan. My other brother is gay. And my last brother is African American and Latina. We all are facing very, very different identities. And I can really empathize with a lot of people because I have this family. We're also different. And then
Very diverse.
my cousins are Jewish Orthodox. There's 12 of them. And then my other cousins live in Germany and in Switzerland. It's like we're a melting pot family. And I don't even know how we communicate, to be honest, because there's so much, so many time zones.
Well, that's
Um,
well, I'm glad because it's a very diverse rainbow type of family,
yeah,
and different backgrounds, different colors, different ethnicities. And I
yeah,
think that's what makes a true family is all about. Despite all the
yeah,
differences, you focus on what are similar between amongst you.
yeah.
And not only
Yeah, and
that,
it's
but
always love.
love conquers all, essentially.
Yeah,
You know.
it does. It's like Celine Dion said. Did you watch the Celine Dion movie? I just watched it.
Well, I saw her
It's so,
performance at the Olympics in Paris when she sang. That
oh
was
my
amazing.
God. So that's better.
That was when she was like she basically regained her voice because at one
Oh
point
yeah.
she almost lost her voice because of because of her illness. But she blew
You
that
know,
song
that's what the
away.
movie is about. She's amazing. But she says, love is the power, the believe in the power of love,
Hmm.
or something like that. Like there's so much power behind love. There's so much.
Totally agree. Love is all that matters.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about superficial things. Name three makeup products that you cannot do without.
Mm.
I know you're a girly girl. You're a girly girl, pageant girl. You always have to have makeup in your purse. But if you could only have three makeup products in your purse, what would you use? What is that? Eyeliner?
It is my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. I
Okay.
love lip definition. So I go by definition.
Okay.
I define my lips. I like to define my cheeks because I have like little chubby cheeks and define my eyes. So pink blush, pink lip liner, brown eyeliner, liquid eyeliner for a little cat eye. Those are the
Right,
things
right,
that I
yeah, yeah. So you pretty much mastered your look, the kind of look that you want to present to the world. So would you say you're happy with that choice of makeup that you can wear forever and ever?
do. For an ever and ever.
Well, at least on a daily basis.
Yes.
Okay. You know, like for interviews and for outings, whatnot. Yeah.
Yes, I would do I do brown liquid liner. Or actually, no, 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 no. I take that back.
Okay.
There's Charlotte Tilbury double-sided brown and gold eyeliner. It's a pencil. So
Okay.
that's like a really good duo. I love little duos on the go. Those are so helpful. Like or little, these little palettes.
Yeah. Hmm.
I love little palettes because I can have a mirror and the color, and it's so compact. I love small purses too.
Hmm.
So I can't carry too much makeup with me. What about you?
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that because well, I'm not wearing any makeup at all whatsoever, but I do
Oh,
apply.
so
I just discovered this amazing serum.
uh-huh.
Well, peptides are very big these days. Remember retinol, peptides, hyaluronic acid, anything to make your skin more firm and more
Mhm.
and more elastic. So that's what I've been applying. For this is my second week of applying peptides, and I see a little bit of difference. And actually, tomorrow I have my first micro needling session.
Oh my God, that's so exciting.
I'm very, very excited. I've been reading a lot about micro needling. If any people
It
out
makes a
there,
difference.
yes, who don't know what micro needling is, Google it, okay? And I can't wait. It's supposed to take years off your face and again make get rid of all the discolorations in your face. So I'm really looking forward to it. Do what you think is best for you. Period.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah,
No.
period. And ask a professional for your skin because sometimes you're doing something and there is something so much better and
Yes.
it's easier, or sometimes it's as simple as taking vitamin C every day
Exactly.
orally. And that will
Exactly.
make your skin,
Yeah, I
it's
love skincare. I've been taking care of my skin when I was a teenager, and when I think of all the thousands of dollars I've spent on skincare products, you know, you know what I said to myself, you know what, I want to get rid of all these stuff. They're useless. Okay, it's just a marketing ploy. I want to go to see an expert. And that's exactly what I want to see a professional dermatologist and a professional plastic
mm-hmm,
surgeon. Okay.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
And the
that's
end of the day,
mhm.
at the end of the day, it's so important.
Exactly. Go see a professional, not
Mm-hmm.
over the
Not,
counter stuff.
yes,
They don't work.
yes.
All right. Now, here's a good question. Margarita, what job would you be terrible at?
Um,
We all
I was a
have.
waitress. What?
We all.
Waitress. I hate
Oh,
wait.
you waited?
I could
Okay.
never waitress. I was for 2 weeks and they fired me. That was the only job I've ever been fired from.
What did you do?
I think I'm like I don't like touching food or getting like sauce on my hands or uh, I have no problem with talking to people. I would probably be like a better bartender or like hors d'oeuvres
Or a
server,
host or a
but
hostess?
being oh yes, that would be great too.
Yeah.
But waitresses, they always have to, there's a lot of food handling. And I'm not a foodie like that. It doesn't appeal to me. So the whole time I would probably just be like, oh, oh, oh. And the people probably just wouldn't want to eat the food.
I know, right? Like, what are you doing working here? Like if you don't like want.
Yeah, yeah. Just go home.
All right. So
uh,
waitress, you will be terrible at. Good.
yeah. Anything having to do with like food like that. I'm not a foodie. I'm more of like a ocean, go outside or something.
Okay. Good to know. Now, I'm sure you've been a victim of cyberbullying, online
Yeah.
hate and whatnot. How would you deal with online bullying, with trolls and haters? How do you just brush them aside? Do you block them? What do you do?
Because I have a little brother that is 17 and he's biracial. He's experiencing a lot of ups and downs with cyberbullying. And so I would want to answer this for him. I want to answer this for him, kind of, with him in mind. Cyberbullying is a product of people who are unhappy with themselves and oftentimes just projecting onto you how they feel about their circumstances. And just kind of, it's in my mind, it's kind of like a word vomit.
Mhm.
And don't take what they say to your heart. Let them be at in their unfortunate circumstance by themselves, and do not let that actually penetrate your barrier of light. And and then we'll talk about blocking or not needing to block, like how, because that also gives credit to the bullier,
Right? The bully.
the
Mhm.
predator, I guess, that's trying to come down on you whenever they have no idea who you are, or
Mhm.
what things you have going on at home, or how you came to be. Maybe they're making fun of your plastic surgery. They don't know what you went through to be that type of person. And there's nothing that they could really say. It's kind of like boys, what was it? Throw rocks at them. Boys are supposed to throw rocks at them. I just don't pay attention to it
You just
because
ignore them. I think
it's their
I think the more you ignore them, the more they'll give up and they'll stop right away. If you
that's
don't,
another thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no,
Yeah.
I get my share of online bullies. I mean, people who
You do.
yeah, people who hide behind anonymous accounts and
Accounts.
whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, what do I do? Do I just block them or do I even engage in them? If I think that the comment is very offensive and
Mhm.
it's a personal insult, then I block them.
Wow.
I just block them.
Yes.
I don't want
Yes,
to
at
deal with
that point
this.
you block.
Yeah, I just
Because
block.
that's also like evil eye. You like don't be close to me.
Mhm.
Don't that is This is your world. What you express online is your own right. It is your world. And if they don't want to like that and they want to come in and bother it, get out of my world. And so yes,
Exactly.
totally block.
Yeah.
Block,
Yeah.
block, 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 block.
It's your little personal space, your digital personal space, and you want to protect
Yeah.
space, period.
Yes. And
Good.
you love it. And it's
I love
your
that.
space with your friends.
I love
Yeah.
that. I love that
Mhm.
analogy. Good.
Yeah.
Now, here's a
Cool.
good question, Margarita. Name three things that you would never do.
Three
Never
things
work,
that I would never do.
never work as a waitress again.
Okay. Yes, I would. Um, maybe not so severe. I would definitely do it if someone asked me to waitress.
Okay.
Um, but three things that I would never do. Well, honestly, what came to my mind is that never say never. Like, I don't want to say I'll never do that because I don't like, I would never steal food. I'm
Okay.
not going to steal food. I am Margarita. I am a civilized woman who loves my community. We've been preaching that this whole time. But what if I am transported to the middle of Amazon and I have like no money and there's circumstances that are so random in life. Obviously, that was a really random circumstance, but there's circumstances that happen in life where the only thing that I could do in order to survive one more day is to take a banana from someone else's tree.
Right.
I never want to do that, but like terrible things are happening around the world. How can you possibly justify them? I'm sure those people are also saying, I would never want to do that, but we don't know in the end.
I totally agree with that. I mean, there are no absolutes in life. I mean, you can say, don't steal, but then again, what if you're a mother and you're trying to feed your kids and you're living in abject poverty, you don't have any food, what do you do to survive? You
And sometimes the government's against you, sometimes your husband's abusing you,
Mhm.
or and people hide when you're abused or whenever you have terrible things going on. You do tend to hide those things and do things because you have no one to help you. A lot of
Exactly.
teenagers face that, where they're doing things secretly that they should not be doing, but they're going through their own demons type
Hmm.
thing, or their own like tragedies, and they're doing things that they never would want to do.
Right.
That's why mental health honestly is so important. Like, I love that high schools, or when you have access to mental health in colleges for free, it's so important.
Definitely.
Access.
We all need to
Access.
take care of ourselves and take advantage of every resources available out there to
Yeah.
maintain our mental health, our sanity.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
that's one thing. You will not steal food. Two more.
Okay. Two more things that I would never do. Um, mm,
Do you want me to help you? Do you want me to ask you a question?
sure.
Do you want me to ask you a question?
Sure. Yeah.
Would you ever post nude,
No.
even if they paid you $10 million?
No.
Why not?
Because that's my private diamond. Like, that's what my mother taught me when I was a kid. And also, I'm sorry that money does not compare to my temple.
All right.
There's nothing. There's
There are
we're
boundaries.
on this.
There are boundaries.
Sorry.
There are
Mhm.
boundaries. Yeah.
Yes, but there's no price for that. It's a spiritual energy that is my private own.
All right. Would you do bungee jumping?
Yes,
Okay. All
I
right.
skydived for my birthday last year.
All right. So what dangerous sport you would never do?
Jet skiing.
Jet skiing? Okay.
I don't like jet skiing. Okay, that's something. I would never ride a jet ski again. I got in a little jet ski crash and it terrified me. It terrified me.
Oh
So I
no.
don't jet ski. That's another one.
Serious question. Another pageant type question. What is your position of trans women competing in traditional pageants for women?
That's a great question. And having such a diverse family, I try to use my heart the best that I can for this answer. I think that everyone has their own pageant. I think that women, you know, being a woman is kind of hard. Being a man is hard. I get it. I don't get it, but like
No, being a man is easy. It's easier for, it's easier for men than it is for women, let me tell you. Yeah.
the womb is a source that goes directly to God. And women have wombs, and we bear that every month on our cycle. We're reminded that we are have a direct, and this is my belief that we have a connection to God in order to hold babies. And that does bring a certain energy to women that can't really be replaced. And so there's always going to be a deficit in the sport, in my opinion, when you're bringing your aura of a female energy.
Mhm.
Um, but we can all be equal in our own pageants. So
Sure.
there's a women's pageant, there's a trans pageant, and there's a male pageant. And whenever more pronouns are added or more genders are added, we'll have a pageant for them too.
I
I
agree.
swear.
Yeah,
I
I
swear.
totally agree. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what I don't like about all these liberal left-leaning critics is that if you exclude a trans woman from the traditional
Yeah.
pageant for women, that means you're either being transphobic or you're not being very exclusive. But the whole point of
Mm.
competing is that you pick the best from an array of contestants that belong to a specific category. So that's why in America there are now pageants with different divisions, like for age divisions, for married
Uh-huh.
women, for the young
True.
mothers and whatnot. And of course, it's 2025. I think there are more pageants for trans women now than ever
And they're
before.
great. And they're amazing. I went to one last night.
They are amazing. And some of the trans women competing are gorgeous. You can't even tell if they're actually real biological women. You can't.
Mm-mm.
So I mean, to me, that's
Last night,
impressive.
I went to one last night here in the Philippines, a trans pageant. And wow, the posture on some of these contestants was beyond, and their fashion. And, though, I felt an energy difference
Yeah.
from the female pageant that I saw the night before, 2 nights ago.
Hmm.
And then last night I went to a trans pageant, and the energy was different. You know, but they're so beautiful. So I'm not here to say that you're different and that's bad. You're different and that's great, and I love watching you.
Hmm. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, pageant, the pageant industry is so, it's expanding that there's actually a place for everybody
Mm-hmm.
in pageantry, you know?
I hope so. I
Yeah.
hope so, because like we said at the beginning of this call, pageantry helps people. When you use the power correctly, the power of pageantry, when you use it correctly, it can really evolve that individual.
Hmm. Totally, totally agree. Now, going back to the topic of body, is there a
Mhm.
part of your body that you like the least and you like the most? Let's start with the least part of your body that you don't like.
Okay. Let me show you my body more. I don't know why
What, are
I'm
you
not
gonna
sure.
dress yourself?
No, 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 no. But I'm sorry for you guys, because the camera keeps on
Connection.
moving up. And I know you said at the beginning of the call. See, I didn't even, now you can see my suitcase open. It's
That's
zooming
fine.
around. It's okay. I'm actually not a messy person, don't worry. But there's a way that you can stop whatever.
It
It'll
doesn't matter.
move and you guys will just move with it.
Yes, sure.
So the part of my body that I don't like first, my shoulders. I
What's
said
wrong
it.
with what's wrong with your shoulders? They're fine.
They're really strong because I do yoga so much. The
Oh, okay.
chaturanga,
Okay.
the chaturanga is the push up that you do, and you every time you do a different cycle, you of a new like cycle, you have to do a chaturanga, and so I'm constantly doing push ups. And I decided 2 months ago I'm not gonna do chaturangas for a bit because my arms are too strong, and
Mhm.
so yeah.
But you know what? As long as you're fit and as long as you're healthy, that's what counts.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
that's what
honestly,
counts.
you're right. You're right. But
Yeah.
we have a knack for finding things and just wanting to perfect them more, as an artistic person and as a female.
Right.
I see it and I want to be like, okay, you can be like, and that's my own thing for me, that's something actually I'm battling. It doesn't need to be perfect, Margarita. That is your arm, Margarita. But I'm human and I am learning to love this. Actually, in my belly
Yeah.
dance class, at the end of class, we go like this and say you love yourself.
You know what? I think
So
you should with those shoulders, I think you should be on the cover of Fitness magazine. Any
yes,
fitness
yes, I'm
magazine.
very
Yeah.
fitnessy.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people would die for those shoulders. They're
There's,
they're
you
amazing.
know,
All
so
right.
the
So what is part of your body that you like the most? Your eyes,
my hips. I
your
like my hips.
hips. Okay.
Yes. I like my stomach and my hips. I'm a like a nice stomach girl.
And that's why you dance belly dancing.
I danced belly dance for I started it because I wanted to ignite my femininity more, and
Mhm.
that starts in the womb for me.
Great. It's all about the womb, people. Remember that.
No, no.
Just,
I don't want
just,
that to be a tagline. That's so
just
weird.
kidding. Just kidding. Here's a fun question. Here's a fun question.
Okay.
As you know, Donald Trump is the president-elect. Okay, he's going to be
Mhm.
inaugurated on January 20th. If you had the chance to speak with President-elect Donald Trump, what would you tell him?
Tell him
Mhm. Or what would you like to discuss with him?
what would I like to discuss with him? I would use the couple minutes that I have with a legendary businessman to ask him for business advice.
I like that.
Yeah. And then I would take whatever I learned back to whoever I'm working with and try to expand on it.
I
Because in a few minute conversation, I don't want to use that opportunity to judge him, or to make it a negative conversation. I would use the opportunity to try to learn from it and see, like, in a real way, what can I get out of 5 minutes of talking with, he's going to go down as a legend. He already has gone down as a legendary businessman. I
Mhm.
am a businesswoman. I have a businesswoman mother and a lot of other people in my life that could benefit from, Donald Trump, what do you think about this business idea that I'm doing with my mother? We have a cafe and it's a Latin American cafe and we're trying to expand it in a white community. Like, and I would kind of, and he would do this, Margarita. And then, you know, it's not too much that could happen in 5 minutes or whatever conversation.
That's wonderful. It's amazing. I mean, have you actually met him in person?
No.
No, you haven't? Okay. I have.
Ooh, how was it? What did you ask
Yes.
him?
I didn't talk to him. I saw him from a distance. I mean, he's like very tall, big man. And then
Mhm.
I saw the first time I met him twice. First time was in Miss USA 2005
Oh,
in
cool.
Baltimore, Maryland. And the second one was in Miss Universe 2015 in Doral, Florida.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness, how fun.
Yeah, she was
And did he
there.
look very different?
Pretty much the same. I mean, he has his
Yeah.
own style, the same suit, tie, red tie.
Yeah.
And I also saw Melania, and I said hello to Melania, and she looked back at me. She waved back, and yeah. So I mean, great, great couple. So I can't wait, for him to be inaugurated on the 20th, because I'm a huge Trump supporter. Everybody knows that. And then
Good for you for speaking.
I'm looking forward to making America great all over again.
Good for you for speaking about your
Woo!
political opinions. It takes confidence in this day and age.
It's me. Yeah, I think more people should be more vocal about their political beliefs. Now, here's a good question. If you were a dictator of a small country, what crazy law would you want people to follow?
to write down 5 things every day that you're grateful for and turn it in.
Ooh, I like that. I really
Yeah,
like
for
that.
sure.
That's
That would be my law.
that's a good one. Okay, because a lot of
I
people,
hope it doesn't turn weird, but yeah.
I think it's a beautiful answer. I love it because a lot of people don't, they're not thankful enough to all the blessings that they have.
Yeah.
You
Oh
know,
my goodness. Oh my goodness.
we
We're
forget to
so
thank our
blessed in America.
blessings.
Yes, yes. And also like, no, thank you. Um,
Room service,
yes, housekeeping.
sleeping.
Yes, we need to be no thank no thank you.
You should have put a sign that says "Don't disturb."
I should have, but Lance was here and there was so much fun and beauty commotion this morning that I didn't put the. I loved that he was here. But yes, being grateful would be my law. Or
Which
to write it down, 5 things.
which brings me to the last question. If you could teach everyone in the world just one concept, what would the biggest positive impact on humanity? What concept would you think would have the biggest impact on humanity?
Be kind to your neighbor. You know, we only come to this planet for a mere 100 years on average. And she's still
Not
saying
even
um, yes, yes. I saw yesterday that the average age is 76, or
for
the
men.
average
For
to
men.
pass away for men.
Except for
Oh,
men, but for women it's longer, I think.
it's the womb. No, I'm kidding. Um, so yes, I would say to be kind to your neighbor because when you're truly kind to your neighbor, first of all, you have to already, when you give kindness out, that means you already have it in your cup. So it's kind of a two-for-oneer. When you're kind to your neighbor, that is making the world go round, and we're here for a mere 100 years. And what is the point of living it alone when we vibrate together, when we join hands? I've always had this image in my head of like hold this stick figures holding hands around a globe. You know that image, the
Yes.
little
Yes, I saw
drawing?
that. Yep. Hmm.
The that really that's what makes the world go around. Whenever we are kind to ourselves and we're kind to our neighbor, it just makes that 100 years a lot more pleasant.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
I
That's
totally
why.
agree. You know, I think there was one, I remember one pageant contestant. I think she's a former Miss Venezuela, and she was asked it has something to do with, you know, what kind of positive impact would you want to have, you know, on the world. She said something about if if everybody were to do a kind deed every day, there would be peace. Imagine that. If every individual on earth did something kind every day,
Yeah,
it would be
yeah,
eternal
that's
peace. And she's
refreshing.
right. She's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? Maybe not. So, but
A
it's
really nice step towards that would just telling children and like teenagers, starting it from a young age. Um, no, thank you. So no. Uh,
how many housekeepers do you have?
I don't know. She's been knocking for, I think she really wants to come and turn over the room, but
Oh,
it'll be after. It's honest. It's only like 10, 11
yeah.
a.m. here, so
It's too early
they're still
for
doing it.
housekeeping. Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
funny here. The culture's so different. What were you saying? Okay,
So
um,
kindness. Be kind to one another. Be
yes,
kind to one
if
another,
it's a
people.
habit, you need to tell children and have it be a habit. You know how us as adults, we have these habits of brushing our teeth. We have a habit of um, reading books or not reading books. Because when we were kids, we did read books or we did not read books. Or when we were kids, we brushed our teeth or we did not brush our teeth. And we carry those habits into our adulthood. So if educators and parents can just really get the habit into children and into teenagers of being kind and being and giving something every day, like an act of kindness every day, what could you do right now of an act of kindness? Habit, 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 habit. We could achieve what she said, Miss
A
Venezuela
simple,
said, for sure.
yeah, exactly. Well, you know what? A simple act of kindness would be just smile. Smile to everybody, smile
Yeah,
to strangers. You know,
yeah,
you're in the country right now where a lot of people smile. It's a land of
yeah.
smiles, the Philippines.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's gonna be you're
land
gonna
of
be infected by
smiles.
the Filipino smile and hospitality.
I love, yes,
Sure.
whenever they're always well, are they, this is my third day, but everyone's always going like that. And in the US, people don't do that. They go, hello,
Yeah.
or yeah, they greet you with this. And I think it's like really kind and respectful. And like, I feel, it makes me feel really nice. And I like doing it back.
Yeah. Cool. All right, Missy. Enough with the stupid questions. Let's play some games. All right.
Oh, okay.
Game
Oh
number
God.
one is called this or that. I give you two things and you tell me which you prefer. All right, easy.
Okay. Okay, yes.
Coffee or tea, baby?
Coffee. My family has a coffee shop. I love it.
Coffee.
I'm done with mine.
Peanut butter cookie or oatmeal cookie?
Oatmeal.
One piece swimsuit or bikini?
Bikini.
Yeah, I think you have that bikini body.
Yes. But I love an intricate one piece. Those are so hot.
Yeah, there's some wonderful one piece. Mercedes-Benz or BMW?
BMW. I
Slap,
have
slap.
one.
Oh, you have one because I have a Mercedes-Benz. But
Oh,
both good cars. Amazing.
yes. Yes.
iPhone or Samsung?
iPhone.
iPhone. A real book or a digital book?
Real.
Nothing beats a real book.
Nothing.
Money or love, baby?
I want to make my own money and love someone. Both.
So you pick love?
To find it, yes. I want to find love. I'm
All right.
single.
Game number two. Give me your favorite. What is your favorite food?
Pizza
Pizza. We all
or
know
Caesar
pizza.
salad.
Okay. What is your favorite non-alcoholic drink?
Margarita.
Of, of course, named after you. Okay.
Non-alcoholic lemonade.
All right. What is your favorite perfume?
Oh, even though it's so overdone. My mother wore it though, and I love it. It's the Angel by Mugler.
Okay.
Yes.
I heard it's good. I haven't tried it, but
It smells like an angel. It
it smells
smells
like
like
an
an angel.
angel. Okay.
Yes.
Good. What is your favorite fashion accessory?
Choker.
Choker?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I have one here actually.
Interesting. Oh, they're nice. I like that.
They're so like different.
Yeah, very, very, very different. Very, very almost vintage. Very, very 1970s because chokers are very big in 1970s.
Yes, I love a big choker. Woo!
What is your favorite flower?
You, nothing beats a red rose.
Red rose? I thought you were gonna say daisy because daisy in Spanish, Margarita.
Is Margarita. I know, and I was about to say that, but that's not my honest answer because nothing beats a red rose.
Nothing beats a red rose, people. Well, I love red roses, but I don't like holding them because of the thorns,
Oh, yes, yes.
stems.
Beauty is pain.
Sorry. I'd settle with daisies rather.
Daisies. Yeah.
What is your favorite spice? Spicy baby.
I love pepper. I love pepper. It's so simple.
Well, you're Latina, of course. You would love pepper.
No, I mean black pepper.
Oh, black pepper. Okay.
Yes, it's like if you put black pepper on salad or on pizza. I like to put it on everything.
It's that's true. Yeah,
I don't
because
like salt.
you don't like salt. Okay,
No.
yeah. Black pepper is it. It's good for soup too.
Yes, yes.
Third game, would you rather, Margarita, would you rather be a famous director or a famous actress?
Actress.
Hmm.
Just because directing people, like, I think being an actress is more emotionally fun. You're like, ah, directing is more,
It's more you're staying behind the scenes. So you'd rather be on stage rather than backstage, right?
mm, if we're talking about actual shows, like pageant shows, I would rather be backstage. And then, but if we're talking about like doing some fun skits in a studio, I took acting as a kid. I loved being like in Hercules or what is, or like just fun mythology, like acting them out, being a mermaid
Right.
or, a goddess
Or
or
Medusa.
a queen. Yeah, yeah, that's fun. But in a beauty pageant, I would rather be backstage.
All right. Would you rather live in a cave or live in a treehouse?
Treehouse.
You want to see everything, right? You have a good view of everything.
A cave sounds cold,
Yeah, it's cool.
and I don't
Very
like the
me
cold.
too. Yeah. Would you rather eat a bowl of fried grasshoppers or or a bowl of bat soup?
Fried grasshoppers. I
You
think
know,
it's a delicacy somewhere.
it is a delicacy, I think, in Thailand, in some
Okay.
Southeast Asia. Yeah,
Is
they eat
is bat
bugs.
soup? Is bat
I
soup?
think bat soup is popular in China, I believe. Yeah,
Okay.
in some
Okay.
parts of China.
Me and food, I don't know. Those weird things. That's like, oh.
Would you rather that your shirts be always two sizes too big or one size too small?
Oh Lord. What a dilemma. Oh, I would hate both of them. I don't like baggy because I my shoulders like it's just so baggy. And a size too small always makes you feel kind of uncomfortable. I don't like either.
All
Um,
right, fair enough. Fair enough. Would you rather go alone to a concert or go alone to dinner?
would I rather dinner? A
Dinner.
concert needs to be shared for me.
All right. Would you rather take a vow of celibacy or take a vow of silence?
Would I rather celibacy or silence? I think they're both really great. It depends on what part of my journey I'm on. Like, do I need celibacy or do I need silence? Both are not too hard.
Okay, good enough. But as a beauty queen, you cannot take a vow of silence because you need to use your voice, right? To
Well,
promote
wouldn't it be like a couple of weeks?
for what?
The vow? Like if I take a vow of silence, I'm imagining it would be like 3 weeks, 6 weeks.
Well, if you're Miss Universe Argentina, you cannot take a vow of silence.
Of course not. Well, if you're competing, no, I couldn't do that. A
No.
vow of
Yeah.
silence. But I think that it's 11/11. But for a vow of silence and a vow of celibacy are both pretty important for your own the sake of if you need to stop something, if you need to stop talking for a while, it's because you need to listen more. If you need to be celibate for a while, probably means you need to recalibrate your body or like
All right. You think too much. I like that.
I think too much.
Yes.
I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it. Last one. Would you rather be married to a 10 with a bad personality or to a 6 with an amazing personality?
That question is amazing, and I'm gonna think too much again. It's
Yes,
like,
please.
why are you having kids? Or like your husband, if you're marrying your husband because you want family and beautiful children and to carry your bloodline on. Um, and you care about family. And he is like kind of stupid, but he really is a family man and he's such a good father. Well, whatever his IQ, whatever. But and then what was the other option?
Uh,
A 10 that is
a 10
not so
with
smart.
a bad personality, or a 6 with
Mm.
an amazing personality.
And then the six, but maybe you're sapiosexual, where you really care about intelligence and literally you don't see the way they look because you're so turned on by their how intelligent they are. Then and I happen to be more sapiosexual, like so I would do the six, but he's really smart because I care about talking with them.
Mhm. Oh, so you do have a boyfriend.
No, I don't have a boyfriend, but if he has to be smart.
Okay. Are you even looking for one?
Oh, I think this whole conversation we've had like a really good trend of like self-growth through all of this. And I've been doing that the past 2 years. I haven't had a boyfriend in 2 years. It actually on January 20th makes 2 years of me being single. Um,
Woohoo!
Yay! And that was the journey. So maybe I will start to like dip out of that because it's been 2 years of me like powering through and like becoming more beautiful, like we were saying earlier, like really getting to know myself. And I feel more beautiful now as a result. So maybe I'll start to look for but the guy. I don't know.
You never know. He could be in the Philippines.
Imagine that.
Yeah, you never know.
That would be really easy, hopefully. Come on in. I don't
Would you
know.
ever compete in another pageant?
Sure. Yeah, you never say never.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now that
yeah,
the age things are changing too.
especially with the Miss Universe system. Yeah, they got rid of the age restriction. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I can see
so
I can
many
see you
changes.
competing. Actually,
Oh, thank you.
I want to see you compete again because I think with all the knowledge and all the experience, you got competing in other pageants, I think you
Yeah,
are very much prepared to compete in a much bigger pageant, in a much bigger platform.
it's so different now. I'm so happy that I got in touch with so many resources to learn about this sport because then I actually got better at it. When you don't know, it's harder.
Mhm. So
Yeah.
you're there, you're in the Philippines basically to network with
I'm
people.
doing so many things. I'm
You're
doing
doing a lot
so
of
many,
things.
but some of them are secret right now.
Any photo shoots?
There should be two, I think, maybe three if we're lucky.
Okay.
Two will be in Manila, and then if we're lucky, I'll do one in Jensen, in General Santos.
Okay. Would you be judging a pageant?
No, but I am attending as many as I can, and they are wow.
Yeah.
Pageantry. If anyone watching has a chance to see a pageant in the Philippines, please go. Don't even think, just
You
go.
know, there's a hashtag, it's more fun in the Philippines, and I think pageantry is more fun in the Philippines.
Oh, absolutely. I
There is a
in America, I love you. I love everyone in the US. Like the pageant system is just not where it is in the Philippines.
in the same league as the
You
Philippines.
guys, I posted. I'll post more of the trip while I'm here. Oh, I should not have done
Please
that.
do. Yeah.
So you guys can see, and if anyone wants to like DM me, or if you want after this call, like we can kind of talk about what do you guys want to see. I'm seeing so many things. Like I was thinking, do you want to see the beauty pageants that I'm going to, or do you want to meet the designers, or do you want to learn about the culture? I learned here that you don't really shop for your dress like everyone does in the US. You have a design made to measure for your body.
Right,
That's
exactly.
why there's so many of these tips that really could behoove the American pageant system, but also just like any other pageant system, they know even the way they apply makeup, like there's things behind what they do, there's reasoning that's different that in the end makes them really much superior contestants.
Right. Mhm. Are you gonna hook up with Pawee? I think isn't he back?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
good.
In Manila, I am
Okay.
going to see that man. I don't know what exactly we're gonna do, but he's been putting me in touch with other people, because I said like Pawee, like I need to get to my hands into everything I can while I'm in Manila. I need someone to kind of concierge me around so I can go with, because pageantry is, there's not like, it's not on the street, you guys. Like you kind of have to be in the network to get to know everything.
Right.
So I have some guys that are going to be helping me, and so that will be really cool.
I'm so excited for you. I
I
really
know.
am.
Thank
I
you.
really am. Because I
Yeah.
think yeah, I think you will learn so much from this
Yeah.
experience. Like 1 month. I mean, you like what you said, this is your third day and you've learned a lot already being
I
there.
went to two pageants.
Imagine if
It's
imagine
okay.
if you have to attend like 2 pageants a day for a month. Oh my God, you'll be like pageant out.
I would know so much about stage production and like stage presence. I'm already learning a lot about, and seeing the trans one and then the female one was so interesting already. I can't wait to tell you guys and like to tell you about all the other things that I'm going to be discovering. Like I never imagined that would happen. But here we are.
Here you are.
Yeah, here we are.
Listen, I can't thank you enough for having this
Yeah.
amazing interview with you. I've always wanted to talk to you, and
Yeah.
I think, uh, I think you're a very unique individual. You're very
Thank
positive,
you.
very bubbly.
Yeah.
You bring out this positive aura and energy. And I think that's what the world needs more, is more of Margarita
Oh
with
my God, I just got goosebumps.
with her positive, dynamic, beautiful energy. And
Thank you.
I think,
Thank you.
yeah, I think you can contribute so much to the pageant industry,
I hope so.
especially, in terms of coaching and mentoring young women and even men,
Yes,
for that matter.
yes,
So
100.
listen,
Yeah. Anyone who
um,
needs.
thank you again and
Thank
enjoy
you.
your beautiful experience in the Philippines. And hopefully you will have picked up at least a dozen more Filipino words along the way.
Yes, 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 yes. And
And
like
once this
anything.
and once this video, once I upload this video on my YouTube channel, I will tag you so you can share with
Yes.
followers in your social media. And I will also include your Instagram
Oh,
handle
great.
in the description box so people can contact you if they want to. All right, darling.
Thank you. We should also like, I think there's a lot of funny clips from
All right.
this kind of show. I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to put it some pieces together and make a reel of like funny blurbs.
Oh, please do. Yeah. Yeah. I look forward to seeing them. Wonderful. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Cool.
Okay.
Listen, have a wonderful time. Have a wonderful day. I'm gonna
Thank
give you
you. Thank
virtual
you.
kisses and virtual hugs.
Oh,
Like what they say in the
thank you.
Philippines, mabuhay.
Mabuhay. Oh,
So
see you.
thank you people for watching Political Beauty and thank you for engaging in our conversation with beautiful Margarita. And we shall see you
Thank you.
soon.
See you
One.
soon. In a month, we'll have a recap.
We'll definitely will. This is not this is just the first time, okay?
Love it.
All right.
Okay, I'll talk to
Talk
you
to you later.
soon. Have a
Bye.
good night. Bye.